Hi Libra, welcome to your January reading. So this is going to be a general spread. We'll just read the cards as they come out, and I'll express the cards in the most general way possible. If you want a personal reading, I will leave my information below. But let's get into this. I feel interesting energy for you guys. I feel like I want to say using your... It's like your superpower to your advantage this year. We're going into January. We're kind of closing out this massive cycle. We have this end of the year eclipse happening. It's quite tumultuous energy actually going around. We see this in kind of the uprisings and governments around the world. There's this change in the air. And I want to say for you guys, I feel like being put in line with your divine mission. And what do I mean by that? It's like creating the change you want to see in the world. So whether this has happened to you in the past and it's kind of lit this fire in you, whether it's something to do with your childhood, I feel like it's almost pointing to like an injustice. And I feel like you guys have this superpower of being very likable, having a lot of people that see you, having this gift of, I feel like you guys are very relatable, very likable. It's like using your power of who you are in a way to enact some sort of change. So maybe you're becoming more, I don't want to say more political, but I feel like, more active in what you believe. Interesting. Let's get into your cards. What are the messages for Gemini for the month of January? What's the central energy? Why did I say Gemini? For Libra. What's the central energy for Libra for January? What's going on in their life? The world, yeah. This can be making a change at a global scale. This can be looking at the injustices in the world. But this is also the card of completion. It talks about we are at the end of a cycle. We are healed. We have done the work, completion, check mark. So all of the stuff that you've gone through, all of the I want to say almost baggage of the past, leave it there. This is a whole new consciousness kind of being ushered in for you. This is beautiful. This is the woman kind of at the top looking down. I almost feel like, again, you have this sense of perspective. And again, I feel like some sort of change in the world. I don't know if this is, maybe you are organizing a charity, organizing something powered by something that happened to you. But again, just reading this is the end of something, and your overarching angel card that I pulled before I started this camera, your overarching theme, it kind of lets me know the weather going on with you is courage. It says you have what it takes, just do it. We, your angels, are here to support you. So something here is clearly a leap of faith. It's requiring courage from you. Talking about a King of Pentacles. So this can be somebody in your life, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or this is somebody I feel close to you. They could be helping empower you. So this can be like a father figure or a boyfriend or a husband. This is a very grounded type of person. So this is the energy of this person would be, they're very reliable, they mean what they say, they're kind of that, they feel like home. So something about this person is empowering you. This can be a boss. This can be leaders in the world. Maybe it's, I don't know why I feel that. It's so interesting. I feel like using your power to be able to be seen. So I can translate this card as well as talking about becoming your own boss as well, because this is the CEO card. So again, because you guys are so likable, even as I'm saying this in my mind, I'm seeing, those, it's like women getting together and like selling things. Like if you were to do something like this, I feel like you have the power of eyes on you. So however that translates to maybe a side business or doing something that is important to you, I feel like you have what it takes to make it successful, to enact some sort of change. But specifically, this is talking about in your finances as well. I feel like this is something that has caused you distress. This is what it's showing up as. Maybe this is something that, an injustice that has been done to you that you'd like to improve, but I feel like maybe you lack the confidence to feel like you could actually do anything about it. This is like the feeling small, or feeling made small in the past circumstances. But there's a level of self-empowerment going on. I mean, in the past it's showing worry and anxiety and sadness. That's clearly in the past, and I want to say go ahead and leave it there, because what you're doing, it feels actually quite like it's meant to be a part of your path. Like you're meant to do this. So I'm getting the analogy of, when you're writing a book, they always say, write what scares you. That's where you should start. That's kind of what I feel for you guys. If you're trying to step out into a new direction, maybe get a new job, or maybe, open the door to love, I mean, I feel positive thinking here. This is wanting to come in towards you. Yeah. Heavy earth sign energy here. But essentially, this is the card of attracting in abundance and success towards you. I feel like this is speaking to your likability again. Your ability to be seen and to have things grow around you. What do you want to change in your life? You have the power to change it. The universe wants to give you the gift of more money. Somehow through this is the strangest reading. You guys are going to have to let me know how this applies to you. Very curious. The Death card. The Death card is about removing obstacles. The Death card's about transformation, about, anything that doesn't serve us. It can't survive anymore in our lives. I mean, this is going to be for a small few of you, but some of you this year could be starting a charity, employing yourself, and creating some sort of justice that, create some sort of change. This isn't serving our collective anymore. We don't need to see this here anymore. That's what I'm feeling. But regardless, there's some sort of transformation going on in your life, affecting your money. In a good way, though. What's in Libra's position of power? 3 of interesting. Something in the past hurt you. And it's actually a gift. Some of you, this could have been, being cheated on. This could have been heartache that self-empowered you. Some of you could have, I feel disempowered in some way, and you've had to crawl your way back into your light, into your self-knowing, into your empowerment. And here it is. It's like the change is happening. The world, this is complete. We've learned this lesson, but we're also, it's still here as a reminder to let you know what your fuel is for this next step. What is in Libra's environment? 5 of Pentacles. What is this about? Why is this in their environment? It's interesting. I mean, this to me is feeling like singled out or feeling left out in some way. And then it's like you could have lost money because of it. You could have lost job because of it. You could have been even discriminated. It's so interesting. It's like literally this is the fuel. I mean, this would be the car. I mean, this would be the fuel for the car to move forward, to advance on. I mean, he's on his divinely guided path in life. I don't know who I'm talking to, but this is very interesting. You guys are going to have to let me know how this applies to you. Some sort of loss in your life. Maybe you were down and out on your luck in regards to money, and this is your fuel. Like, I'm never going back there. I'm never going to be allowed to feel that way again. Or, I'm never going to allow somebody else to be able to make me feel that way again. I'm going to empower myself, and in the process, I'm decidedly going to empower others. What's in the position of what they need to know? Speaking, communication, speaking out, speaking up. This is also doing research as well. This is a weird reading. This is very interesting. Some of you could be working through speaking, podcasts, or creating one, thinking about it, thinking about writing a book, thinking about speaking up in some sort of way, thinking about even getting a lawyer. What's the outcome for Libra? A new beginning comes out of it. There's very interesting. One of my shamans I used to work with in Ecuador, they used to say, pain and anger are beautiful tools to create. A lot of things are created out of pain and anger. And the smart ones create something good. They let it feed them. They grow from it. The other people, not right or wrong, but they regress with it. They go to the darker side. To me, this reading is using some kind of BS that happened to you. And it's like being the alchemist, creating base metal into gold. Something about this is leading you down a new path that's very bright, very abundant. The outcome is the Fool, a new beginning, a new leap of faith after a massive ending. But something happens in between here where you actually make a change, but it feels like on a bigger level, like the change that's wanting to be seen in the world. So I'm so curious as to what this is. What is this Fool card? Why is the leap of faith the outcome? Opening their heart to abundance, to joy, to change. Whoa, too many cards. What is this Fool card? This Libra's outcome. New venture, new business, new creative start. Yeah, it's birth out of pain. It keeps telling me the same thing. And the High Priestess, this is somebody that had to learn. I mean, I guess we all do. I mean, we learn lessons in life through experiences. You can't read it in the book, right? I mean, you could read all you wanted to about meditation until you actually did it. I mean, will you know what it is about, right? You had to live it. I want to say forgive the past. Forgive all the people that treated you like, or dismissed you, anything like that. It's like, let it go. Use this power. They actually gave you a gift. I'm not seeing a lot of relationship cards. I'm seeing you being supported, though. So I don't know if you have somebody in your life. They feel very supportive. I feel like they think you are beautiful, abundant. There's a level to this reading, though, where I feel like, Libra has that energy where they don't want to create too much. They don't want to disrupt too much. They kind of want to fit in. They want to, they adapt really well. You guys, and you can do it subtly as well. You don't have to kind of get out your megaphone and stand on your soapbox and kind of, this can be done with, there's some sort of need for courage here. taking a leap of faith. It's because of a loss, a sadness in your life. It's fueling this fire and empowering you to essentially be a leader. To be a leader. All right, let's get an Earth Warriors Oracle card here. Can't speak. Just give me one message for Libra. What would be helpful for Libra to know? What would be helpful for Libra to know? What would be helpful for Libra to see, to hear, to know? The precious and rare, Panthera, number 30. Let's read it. It says, our faith and optimism are not meant to make us complacent, but rather to encourage us to believe that our action in the world will have a positive and real effect. There are situations where your voice, your courage, and your fearless determination are needed. You will make a difference. Cast helplessness or despair aside and find the fighter within. Fight for that which needs defending with all of your heart. Do not yield. Oh my gosh, look how appropriate this card is for this reading. I mean, I have to trust that these words are reaching the people that they need to hear for empowerment. I mean, if you came for this reading for strictly love, obviously you didn't receive it. It doesn't mean it's not here for you. I do feel a level of self-empowerment and receiving. Receiving the changes, though, that you are so rightly deserved of. I mean, this is you on your path of purpose. I mean, if you're looking for love, inevitably, this comes in as we are in alignment with our truth. So this just feels like this first, especially if you're single already. If you have the strength, it says, in a reading, you have the strength to handle any challenge, even the ones that intimidate you. You may feel you are alone in the fight sometimes, but there are forces of good in spirit and upon the earth that are fighting with you, supporting you, believing in you, assisting you, and championing your success. It may not always feel like it, but you are not in this alone. There is help at hand to uncover a hidden piece of information which will allow truth and justice to prevail. Woo! Do not give up on yourself or the divine. You are not overreacting or making things seem more important than they are in truth. When, in the face of possible loss, something deep in our soul recoils in horror, it is a sign that something is not right. It is not a sign that we are too attached or not trusting enough in the divine to figure everything out. It is a sign that we must fight to safeguard what would otherwise perish. We are not here to be passive consumers of whatever the dominant mainstream consciousness tries to enact in the world. We are here to be the embodiment of loving consciousness, to be the fearless, determined enactors of wisdom. We are here to educate, to inform, to rebel, and to refuse, to speak up, to make waves, and to honor the light in such a way that we protect and preserve what has real value in the world. The body, the earth, her creatures are not illusions. Saying that they are not real is not spiritual wisdom. That is an unholy deception perpetrated by the forces that do not want sacred activists derailing their devastating behaviors that place profit above all else. Whew. Those of the Matses tribe of South America are known as the Jaguar people. Exposure to outside influences and grabs for their land have changed their economy, introduced diseases, and challenged the continuing existence of their culture. Their innate spiritual right to live as they choose has been violated. Short-sightedness, such as in the exploitation of their land for financial greed, is never part of the divine plan. We know this because the pure of heart recoil in horror and disgust at such events. We must not fall prey to the dark deception that tries to make us accept what is unacceptable by falsely attributing it to the divine. The recoil of the heart lets us know that the divine is not in that situation and has not created that situation. that has been created through the operation of the darkness and the misuse of human free will. The divine is very much needed to correct and restore the situation before negative use of free will creates irreversible damage. Clearly talking about, speaking up about something that has been bothering you, some sort of injustice. It's going to be different for everybody, but it feels like it's happened through experience, whether it's directly to you, somebody you love, something you see, something that affects you and makes you, that recoil it was talking about in, this isn't right. Interesting reading, Libra. This was an intense one. I'm curious again how it applies to you. Feel free to write away in the comments, even if it doesn't. But I'm curious if it does. Interesting. All right, I'll be back with more. Feel free to subscribe if you liked it. All right, bye guys.